Morning everyone, Wednesday already, halfway through the week, and we've started our Tale of Fear. Hopefully yesterday you had a good look at the vocab that you weren't sure of, had a go at some of the sentence types, send them in to me. I've already had Lucas's, thank you Lucas, amazing. Just think of those sentence starters. We don't want everything starting with the same type of sentence starter or the same length. Try that variation, that's what we're after. So today we're describing the setting using detail. Remember, it's a tale of fear, so we want the setting to reflect that idea of fear. So if you read in the text and you looked on the story map, it's raining, it's getting dark, shadows are lengthening, the usual suspense starts, the usual ideas. So I was looking at a variety of things that you could think about. You could definitely use the weather as an example of making it more frightening. It's getting dark, it could be getting colder. Bright sunshine doesn't reflect fear as well as drizzle, fog. It could be foggy. Have a little think. What could it be? Misty, dark. There could be a storm brewing. It might be a summer's evening and it's stiflingly hot, and there's a storm brewing. So have a go. Weather. Crane. Now the crane is an interesting character as such, because it is personified. It shrieks and groans and it uses lots of human qualities that a crane doesn't obviously have, and that incredible strength. The cars. What does this place look like, this yard? Is it piled high with cars? Is it filthy? Is it, think of, have you ever been to a scrapyard? Maybe you haven't. There are some pictures that we put in, but have a look on the internet as well. Have a look at a scrapyard, or maybe even look at a video of a scrap working at the way that they do crush the cars. It's quite shocking actually, because they're so incredibly strong. And then of course the surroundings, the wire fences. So let's have a go at describing the setting. So I'm going to start with my weather, and then I'm going to move on, and then I'll hand over to you, and you have a go at a paragraph description just of the setting. So I'm going to start. Remember, sentence starts, guys. We must keep the variation going. So far in the distance, a summer storm. I'm changing my weather. I'm just doing I'm having a bit of a play. I'm going to go with the summer storm idea. Storm was brewing. Comma, remember commas, rumbling angrily on the horizon. Lightning flashed across the darkening sky, and I'm going to pinch that idea of cleaving. If you looked on your vocab yesterday, cleave is to pull apart, and cleaved the heavy clouds in two. So that idea of them ripped apart, we've got that idea of sort of the storm being almost a violent thing. Heavy, leaden. Do you remember what leaden meant? Leaden means like lead, which is a heavy metal. Heavy leaden raindrops. Raindrops began to splatter on the dry ground at Omar's. Remember, apostrophe for possession, feet. So, a little go at creating a bit of atmosphere. We've got a storm brewing, it's rumbling in the distance, it's heavy, lightning's slashing across the sky. It's not a comfortable, we're putting our main character in an uncomfortable position again. Okay. Right, the crane. So the crane, I quite like to think of the crane as a simile. What could we use to describe the crane. It could be like a robotic arm dragging the cars heavily. The groaning crane. Snatched. I'm going to have it snatched. The rusting heap of cars. Like they were toys. So I want that idea of the strength, its power and strength. Was shown as it flipped each one into the jaws of the colossal crusher, which ate each one hungrily. So I've used personification for the crusher. I've made it almost eat the cars as the crane keeps putting them. So heavily, the groaning crane snatched the rusting heap of cars like they were toys. Its power and strength was shown as it flipped each one into the jaws of the colossal crusher, which ate each one hungrily. You can then go on to the surroundings, talk about the barbed wire fence being maybe like a prison, or the cars all stacked like dominoes, one on top of the other. All of them maybe, you know, think about how perhaps, I know it seems with personification, you've got to think about how the car might feel. The car might be feeling so sad that this is its final resting place. It knows that this is the place where it's about to be destroyed. So have a go at describing the setting, but we're looking for those little details. So the whole rumble, you know, the show not tell, we want all of those. We don't want just it was stormy, it was hot, it was cold, it was dark. You know that that's not good enough. What we want are variation, lots of really strong verbs. Use personification for the machines. Make them seem almost scary in themselves. And keep checking through. Remember, use apostrophes for possession if you use Omar. And try and really think about that vocabulary that you're going to use. Okay, so a nice description of the setting. Have a little think. Again, if you're not sure, have a look at a picture. Have a look online at a picture. I've put some pictures on the website as well. Or maybe watch a YouTube video of actually a car being crushed. Maybe I'll find one and stick it on the website today. Okay? Brill, send it to me. I haven't seen everyone's work from yesterday, so if you can ping that to me, I'll have a quick little look at that and send you some feedback, and then we'll crack on with this today. Okay? See you tomorrow.